Imagine standing on the threshold of an ancient secret, a treasure so tantalizingly close yet perplexingly out of reach. History is littered with the shadows of lost treasures, wonders that sparked adventure, greed, and intrigue. You might be wondering what exactly these treasures are and where they could possibly be hidden. In the next few minutes, you'll journey through the labyrinthine annals of history to uncover some of the most mysterious lost treasures, each cloaked in its own enigma, waiting to be revealed. So, hold tight, this exploration into the unknown will leave you captivated and craving answers. As we delve into this treasure trove of mysteries, consider this: throughout history, countless treasures have vanished without a trace. What does it take for an entire fortune to simply disappear from existence? The answer lies intertwined with epic tales of greed, conflict, and human folly. From the legendary riches of the Incas to the lost vaults of World War II, each treasure has its own story, begging for discovery. But are they real? Can they ever be found? These questions linger as we navigate the fabled tales that have emerged over centuries. Let's start our journey with the legendary treasure of the infamous pirate, Captain William Kidd. In the late 17th century, Kidd transformed from a privateer, a government-sanctioned pirate, into one of the most wanted men of his time. After embarking on a voyage to the Indian Ocean, he was accused by his former employers of piracy. His final fate led him to bury a stash of treasure supposedly worth millions along the coast of Long Island, New York. You might be thinking, how could something so valuable just vanish? But what's truly astonishing is that treasure hunters have sought Kidd's fortune for over 3 centuries with nothing but whispers of gold and silver echoing through time. Throughout the years, countless expeditions have scoured the shores of Gardiner's Island and the surrounding waters, but none have yielded Kidd's hidden riches. The tales are filled with the struggles and obsessions of those who dared to seek it, leading many to believe that Kidd's treasure is more than just gold. It symbolizes hope, a spirit that ignites the imagination of every adventurer hoping to strike it rich. Isn't it fascinating how these stories continue to inspire expeditions even today? While the allure of pirate treasures ignites our curiosity, the next lost treasure we will explore is steeped in the tragically poignant history of the Inca civilization. The lost city of Paititi is said to be a hidden Inca treasure trove, filled with gold and invaluable artifacts lost to time after the Spanish conquest. Legends point to a city hidden in the depths of the Amazon, where the Incas retreated, taking their treasures with them to safeguard against the ravaging forces of colonialism. Here's something you didn't expect: modern-day treasure hunters, treasure seekers, and archaeologists strive to uncover the mysterious city, often facing the dense jungles of South America and the challenges of indigenous territories. But the legend of Paititi is as elusive as the treasure itself. Could it offer clues about the spiritual and material life of the Incas, long before the arrival of the conquerors? Many believe the treasures of Paititi hold the keys to the Incan past, eager to unveil the rich culture and heritage that lies beneath layers of soil and myth. Imagine exploring the Amazon jungles teeming with wildlife, guided only by whispers of ancient maps and oral histories of those who came before. Throughout history, the narrative of Paititi has transformed with the times, shifting from whispers among locals to academic pursuits. Yet, as alluring as it sounds, many expeditions ended in futility, making you wonder, is it arrogance or determination that drives treasure hunters to delve into unknown territories, where the dangers of both nature and history loom large? Now let's turn our gaze northward, to the snow-capped peaks of the Rocky Mountains, where the legendary Lost Dutchman's gold mine is said to rest. The legend hails from Jacob Waltz, a German immigrant who supposedly discovered a rich gold mine in the Superstition Mountains, Arizona, during the mid-19th century. The treasure was said to be so abundant that it could finance empires. But as is often the case with elusive fortunes, Waltz took the secret of its location to his grave. What's fascinating here is the profound impact of secrecy. Waltz glimpsed untold wealth and success, but he concealed the mine's location, leaving the legacy of his discovery shrouded in mystery. Hundreds of treasure hunters have combed the treacherous landscape searching for clues, often finding themselves lost or encountering misfortune. Some even claim that a curse surrounds the mine, bringing misfortune to those who seek it blindly. Could this be a mere superstition, or does it echo the consequences that ambition can have when mingled with greed? As you ponder the allure of those snowy mountains, the Lost Dutchman's gold mine serves as a potent reminder of the human condition. Our pursuit of wealth often leads us to our undoing. But should those dreams of wealth be dashed by the thought of failure? The narratives are both striking and tragic, unearthing tales of adventurers who succumbed to the very allure they sought to possess. But speaking of curbs and obstacles, let's not neglect one of the most thrilling tales surrounding lost treasures: the fate of Emperor Ferdinand of Austria's infamous jewel collection. The collection is rumored to be worth billions and was lost during the Second World War. After the fall of the Nazi regime, the treasures were dispersed, hidden, or possibly destroyed. This mythos blossoms with intrigue as historians and treasure hunters alike attempt to piece together a missing puzzle spanning eras of chaos, war, and splendor. Where did the treasure go? Was it hidden by the last guard of the emperor's estate, or perhaps stowed away in a castle? Here's a thought-provoking idea. What if these jewels were secretly taken to a location that remains undiscovered today? The debate continues, with some claiming to have definitive information while others argue over the nature of truth in these narratives. Imagine for a moment the brilliance of those jewels, each stone not merely a gem but a representation of a time long past, of an imperial legacy, now veiled in uncertainty. Their current whereabouts remain an enigma. What does it feel like for treasure hunters to enter those echoes of history, seeking to unravel a tangled web of deceit and loss? Will they rest on their quest, or does the thrill of the chase outweigh the probability of success? We can't mention lost treasures without touching upon one of history's most iconic artifacts, the crown jewels of England. Each piece exudes immense cultural and historical significance, and behind it lies a fascinating account of theft, treasure, and royal legacy. These invaluable items have become the focus of fascination for thieves and treasure hunters alike throughout history, prompting questions about how easily a piece of heritage could be stolen, lost, or misplaced. One significant moment occurred in the 17th century when Colonel Thomas Blood attempted to steal the crown jewels. His audacity was astonishing, but what transpired next was even more mind-boggling. He was caught but later was inexplicably treated leniently, even receiving an audience with the king. Blood's story ignited an entire genre of tales around stolen royal treasures. Imagine the allure, an audacious heist within the very heart of British gallantry. Could it be that the allure of the crown outweighs any sense of consequence? As we float through this tapestry of riches, think about what truly defines a treasure. Is it the intrinsic value of its materials, or perhaps the stories intertwined with its existence? This philosophical question threads through our narrative as we venture further into the unknowns of lost treasures. Next, let's hone in on the astonishingly famous Nazi gold trains. During World War II, as Allied forces gained ground, rumors swirled about trains filled with gold, jewels, and priceless artworks hidden deep in the mountains of Poland. The fate of this treasure became a gripping tale, leading to numerous expeditions and debates about whether or not such riches ever even existed, or if they simply became another layer in the realm of myth. Do the stories of these trains echo across the ruins of the war, or do they symbolize the minute details of a vast scaffold of greed and desperation? You might be wondering how these rumors continue to persist and thrive decades later. The legacy of World War II is not just one of destruction but also one of immense wealth buried beneath layers of sorrow and conflict, and that is something that no amount of time can erase. Now, let's descend further into history, where whispers speak of a lost civilization drowning in mystery, the treasures of the legendary city of Atlantis. This city, said to have been an advanced civilization that vanished beneath the waves, continues to stir imaginations and provoke curiosity. Many treasure seekers and archaeologists believe the remnants of this advanced society might hold knowledge that can reshape our understanding of human history. Is it possible that Atlantis, if it ever existed, concealed artifacts and wisdom surpassing the everyday understanding of time and technology? The legends surrounding it have transcended literature, inspiring countless quests, explorations, and expeditions to find remnants of this possible utopia, a search for truth buried under centuries of lore. As we explore these rich and amazing tales, consider how they all weave together into a grand tapestry. From the pursuit of wealth and power to the ultimate sacrifice of losing everything, these stories encapsulate the human spirit, the innate desire to seek out what remains undiscovered. It forms an unbreakable bond, a bridge between the past and our present. But why do we infuse such value into these lost treasures? Perhaps it is the hope and aspiration they symbolize, an opportunity that resonates within the human psyche. Perhaps it is the thrill of adventure, the yearning to unlock a long-lost chapter of human history, or the intrinsic need to witness our world through the veil of time. Ultimately, it's vital to recognize this immense journey is not merely about riches, it is about our continual quest for meaning, wonder, and the stories that define our existence. As we stand on the brink of our expedition and approach an interlude, let's pause just before we plunge deeper into the second half of our journey. The world is full of lost treasures that beckon through the mist of time, waiting for someone to breathe new life into their stories. What intriguing tales will bring us to the pinnacle of excitement and discovery in the next part? Stay with us as we uncover the most astonishing chapters yet. The next leg of our adventure promises explosive revelations and the continuation of our exploration into deeper mysteries. As we embark on the second half of our adventure, let's shift our attention to the depths of the Pacific Ocean, where the lost treasure of the Spanish galleons from the 17th century rest in silent slumber beneath the waves. These magnificent ships, laden with gold, silver, and exquisite jewels, were the lifeblood of the Spanish Empire, transporting riches from the New World back to Europe. But treacherous waters, merciless storms, and ruthless pirates often resulted in disaster, with some ships never reaching their destinations. One of the most notorious wrecks is that of the Nuestra Señora de Atocha, which sank off the coast of Florida in 1622. Its cargo held an estimated $400 million worth of gold, silver, and emeralds, making it a tantalizing target for treasure hunters over the centuries. Enter Mel Fisher, a tenacious treasure hunter whose relentless pursuit of the Atocha paid off in 1985 when he discovered the wreck and retrieved a trove of treasures that filled the halls of history with stories of wealth and loss. But what about the countless other galleons that met a similar fate? The ocean remains a vast, unexplored frontier, its depths holding secrets that humans can only begin to fathom. Each year, adventurers and marine archaeologists set out on expeditions, armed with technology that reaches further into the unknown. Many are drawn not just by the promise of riches but by the chance to preserve history and understand the lives of those who navigated the treacherous waters. The allure of these sunken ships transcends the riches they may contain. They stand as vessels of history, whispering tales of wonder and ambition to those willing to dive into the depths. As we pull ourselves from the ocean depths and soar back over land, let's converge upon one of the most dramatic and captivating stories in American history, the tale of the treasure of the Confederate gold. Legend has it that as the Confederate States of America neared defeat in the American Civil War, the leadership hid a substantial cache of gold, intended to finance their war efforts. The treasure allegedly vanished, with various theories proposing it to be tucked away in caves, buried beneath the ground, or entombed in the depths of the rivers of Virginia. Fascination with this lost wealth grew exponentially, spawning countless searches by amateur and professional treasure hunters alike. The prospect of uncovering this hoard not only tantalizes with dreams of riches but also symbolizes a fractured history, one tinged with the echoes of conflict and ambition. One particularly riveting expedition was led by a man named K. L. Scott, who claimed to possess an ancient map that pointed directly to the treasure. His quest involved the cooperation of historians, treasure enthusiasts, and even the utmost skepticism from locals who viewed the hunt with a mix of hope and disbelief. As Scott delved deeper into the mountains, tales of the gold's proximity began to ignite wider intrigue within the community. Was it real? Could it hold not just material wealth but historical significance lost to time? As the chapter unfolds, it becomes clear, treasure hunting is as much about the journey as the destination. It reveals a connection among those who seek, a camaraderie rooted in a timeless fascination with the unknown and the hope of ultimately unearthing buried truths. But with every attempt to uncover these lost fortunes comes the consciousness that we might be trespassing the sanctity of history itself. How do we tread lightly as we navigate paths forged long ago? Transitioning from the hills of Virginia, let's propel ourselves into the depths of the sprawling deserts of the American Southwest. Here lies the mystery of the famed lost mine of Bucky O'Neill, rumored to be filled with unimaginable gold. The legend surrounds the mine's discovery by the storied figures of the Old West, yet it has continually eluded those chasing its secrets over the decades. What captures our spirit about O'Neill's quest is not simply the pursuit of fortune but the embodiment of hope during a time of desperation and uncertainty. As settlers moved westward, stories of gold mines fueled dreams of prosperity amidst the arid landscape. Unfortunately, despite numerous searches and alleged discoveries by individuals fervent in their faith, the mine has remained elusive, a whisper of dreams lost within the sands of time. The story of Bucky O'Neill and his treasure serves as a reminder of how the human desire to find our fortunes often leads us into the harshest of environments. What does it inspire within us to keep searching? It is this relentless spirit of exploration, mixed with ambition and the hope of reward, that defines the treasure-seeking experience, whether it be in the dusty trails of the desert or soaring heights of the mountains. Now, let's shift to a story that intertwines both adventure and dedication, the quest for the famed gold of the Mohicans. This treasure, rumored to have belonged to a band of indigenous peoples fleeing colonialist incursions, is said to have been hidden in the wilderness of upstate New York. According to legend, the gold was buried under the care of a wise elder who foresaw the dire future for his people, concealing it to protect it from forces determined to seize it for themselves. In recent years, members of local Native American tribes have taken on the quest to reclaim what was once theirs, connecting modern-day struggles with resonant elements of their ancestral past. The exploration aims not only to recover lost wealth but to restore cultural heritage, a vital chapter in understanding who they are and the resilience of their ancestors. The pursuit of this treasure extends beyond the lust for material wealth, embodying a palpable hope for justice and reconciliation. It raises profound questions about ownership, history, and the stories we tell. What connection do we have to the land, the treasures hidden within it, and each other? Simultaneously, as we tread through this expansive tapestry of human ambition and pursuit, let's redirect our gaze over to the horizon where an immense sunken mystery lies off the coast of Madagascar, the legendary treasure of Captain Thomas Tew. This infamous pirate amassed considerable wealth throughout his ventures before reportedly splitting his plundered riches with his crew as they sailed into the abyss. Tales speak of vast amounts of gold and jewels submerged near the island, along with promotional pamphlets describing Tew's adventures. The legend of Tew and his treasure serves as a captivating reminder that piracy often reflects the struggle between desperation and ambition. While some might dismiss the idea of pirate treasure as pure folly, the enduring stories reflect a gritty reality faced by many who sought their fortunes through dubious means. The romanticized notion of the swashbuckling pirate tempts writers and treasure seekers alike, igniting daydreams of adventure against the backdrop of perilous waters and high seas lore. But what does the journey to uncover Tew's treasure mean for modern seekers? Are they chasing echoes of a bygone era filled with risks and robberies, or does the chase fuse their reality with that rich fabric of history? Through excavations and explorations, treasure seekers can breathe life into these tales, merging fact with fiction, unveiling both treasures and stories that inspire generations. As we draw closer to the conclusion of our exploration, let's not ignore an enlightening adventure that spans centuries: the quest for the lost works of art by the famed painter Vincent van Gogh. At the end of World War II, many artworks were looted or hidden throughout Europe amidst the chaos. Some of Van Gogh's masterpieces disappeared, lost among the swirling turmoil of conflict and the impending shadows of uncertainty. The stories behind these lost paintings exemplify humanity's struggle with its heritage. The lost works aren't merely pieces of art, they symbolize the tumult of human experience, beauty waiting to be rediscovered. Each disappearance invokes hope encapsulated in pictures waiting to make their return. The quest for these masterpieces extends beyond the painter's legacies. It reaches into the collective consciousness, an inquiry into value, inheritance, and the effects of war on culture. This brings us to the heart of our journey, a reflection on why treasures captivate us so completely. Lost treasures echo with narratives that transcend space and time. They unite diverse cultures in an ongoing quest for answers, as we constantly seek to understand our past, our identity, and those who've shaped our realities. As we stand at the precipice of the stories we've unraveled today, there's a profound connection we all share, to both the pursuit and the promise of discovery. Our quests for lost treasures outline attitudes towards ambition, history, and existence. Each story invites reflection on our motivations, and in doing so, creates pathways between time-worn pasts and our inevitable futures. In conclusion, the enchantment of lost treasures lies within the very essence of human experience. Whether it's the allure of ancient gold, the remnants of past civilizations, or the legacies of artists long gone, these treasures speak to our innate desire to explore, to uncover, and to connect. They symbolize our shared histories, illuminating the pathways we forge through time in pursuit of dreams, unanswered questions, and the treasures that continue to call out to us across the ages. As we ponder the unknown, let us celebrate not just the potential of riches but the stories that enrich our present and shape the narrative of our shared human experience. So, who knows what you might discover in the dusty pages of history, or perhaps in the depths of your own heart, if only you dare to seek.